Hello everybody, my name is Lorraine. I'm from Canada. I have a Verbling class for you at the pre-intermediate high beginner level. In this class called You Can't Do That, we're going to be looking at the modals of can, can't, may not. So when people join me in the class, I'll greet them and then we'll get started. So Snida, hi, how are you today?
Fine, thank you.
Nice
And
to see
what
you again.
about you?
I'm good. I'm very good, thank you. Today for me, it's a much better day. It is sunny, so it's
Wow. And rainy day.
good. It's rainy for you?
Yeah.
Oh no, I sent you the rain. Okay, good. Nice to have you in the class. Rafael, hi. How are you?
Hello, fine.
Very good. Nice to see you.
Nice
Where
to
are-
see you too.
Where are you from?
I'm from Barcelona, Spain.
Oh, very nice. What is the weather like in Spain today?
The weather is good.
It's good.
Perhaps a little of hot, but it's good.
Mm. Yeah, in Canada we're getting very cool weather. So today maybe 20 degrees. Tomorrow they say only 14. Ugh. It's too cold.
Very cold.
Yeah. What has your day been like, Rafael? Have you had a good day, a busy day, or not so busy?
No, it's very calm because I am in holidays.
You're on holidays. Nice.
Yes.
And when do you go back to work?
In September.
Oh, wow, that's a nice long holiday.
Yes, 1 month.
Wow, very good. You're very fortunate.
Yes.
Very nice. Okay, welcome to the class.
Thank
Hi,
you.
Eva. How are you today, Eva?
Hi, fine, thanks. And how about you?
I'm very good, thank you. Yes. Let's see. What has your day been like, Eva?
Oh, that was so good. No, not happened. Nothing interesting.
Okay. It was a normal working day?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Very good. Nice to have you in class again.
Thank you.
Hi, Adela. I haven't seen you for a while.
Hello, fine, thanks for asking.
Good. What have you been doing with yourself over the last little while?
I arrived yesterday. I arrived to the travel to France. Today is tired because I'm packaging.
Oh, noisy. Repeat, please. I didn't hear that.
Today is a very tired day because I need to unpackaging, to clean, to wash, etc.
How long have you been away?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Did you have a good time?
More or less, because it's cold, but it's good because in Valencia it's very hot.
Okay.
It's a good place.
Good. Very good. I'm glad you're back in the class.
Thank you.
And we have Jorge. Hi, Jorge. How are you doing?
Hi, teacher. I'm fine, thank you.
Excellent. Excellent. And what have you been doing since I saw you last?
Oh, but a lot of things. I've taken this week off. I don't work this week. Then I'm on holiday in another city, and I was working for the near of the sea. I was playing tennis. I was drinking beer.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah. And
Very
now,
good.
Now I'm planning a travel a trip to United Kingdom for September. And then I have to improve my English because I need to eat there and survive. I want to survive.
Well, I'm sure you will, Jorge. No problem.
I hope.
Okay. Welcome back to the class.
Thank you,
Hi,
teacher.
Win. How are you today, Win?
Hello, teacher.
How are you
Hello.
today? Hi.
Yeah. Okay, I'm very well. Thank you. How are you today?
I'm very good, thanks. Very good.
Yes.
Nice to see you again. And I
Yes.
think I got your name right this time.
Yes, me too.
Okay, good. And hello to Sam. How are you today?
Today I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good. Excellent. Okay, nice to see you again, Sam. And Danielle as well. Hi, Danielle. How are you doing?
Hi, teacher. Okay, I'm fine, thank you.
Good. Have you been on holiday, Danielle? Well, you stay home with your children,
I know.
so
I always.
you're always
I
on
always
holiday.
on holidays. Yes.
Very good.
but
Okay.
but holidays in the night
Right.
during his sleeping. They're sleeping.
Okay, so let's get started with our material. For some reason, I couldn't attach the worksheet to the Verbling class. So I've put it in Google Drive, and there's a link to it in Google Chat. I'll also put the link in Verbling Chat so you can see the worksheet. Okay. Now this lesson will be a lot of review for some. It's about driving and what you can and cannot do when you're driving. So if you click on my icon, you should be able to see the green screen that says you can't do that. Okay. Oh, we have somebody new with us. Oh no, that's Win. Win has a picture. Okay, so there. So well, first of all, let's find out who can drive. Who has a driver's license in the class? Adela, do you have a driver's license?
Yes, I have.
Okay, Danielle?
Yes, of course.
Eva?
Yes, I have also.
Okay, good. Jorge?
Yes, I have.
Excellent. Win? What about you?
Yeah. Yes, I think I have trouble with driving.
But you have a driver's license.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I got it.
Okay, good. All right. Raphael, what about you?
Yes, I have.
Okay, excellent. And trying to remember names. Snigdha, do you have a driver's?
I
No?
don't have yet. I'm in a learning process.
Okay. And Sam, what about you?
No, I haven't.
Okay, very interesting. So the ones who don't have their license yet will have trouble answering these questions, so we may try some other questions. Adela, when you took your driver's license, when you took the test to get it, did you make any bad mistakes, or did it go very well?
I did very well because in the first time I passed my exam.
Okay, first time and you passed. Very good. Snigdha, did you say you were in the process of learning?
Yeah.
Okay. And how is it? Are you finding it difficult to drive or easy?
In our state, specifically in New York, it is so tough, and I am the first time learner. Then it is my most difficult situation when I am driving.
In New York, there is a lot of traffic, isn't there?
Yes, yes.
Very busy. Okay.
Yeah.
Danielle, is the test for driving strict in your country?
It used to be, but I think the young people are very smart and
Yeah.
they don't have any problem. Normally.
But the test itself, is it a difficult test? Does it do the job that it needs to do in making sure people who are getting their licenses are going to be able to drive well?
I think so. It's easy. If you
Okay.
if you study a lot, almost 2 hours a day, maybe in 2 months you could take your driving test
Okay,
license.
interesting. All right, good. Rafael, when you got your driver's license,
Yes.
was the examiner nice and friendly to you, or was he not very friendly?
So, yes, the examiner was a friendly person with me.
Okay, so he didn't make you nervous. I remember when I got my driver's
Yes.
license in the test, my examiner didn't talk very much, and he made me very nervous. I didn't know if I was doing something right or wrong. He didn't
It's
say.
his job.
Yeah, I know. But it made me very nervous. Eva, did you pass the first time you took the test?
Yes, I passed, but it's not just lucky while I could drive when I was a child, just 13 years old.
Oh my!
Yes, I grew up in a little town, so my parents taught me and taught me and my brother earlier.
Wow! Amazing, very good. What about for you? Did you make any bad mistakes when you took your test?
Sorry.
Yeah, I had to manage trouble with driving, and I didn't pass my exam in the first time, and in the second time I passed it difficultly. I think so, and in my country, the test is very difficult. So I think 50% pupils didn't get the good resource.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. So is it hard to drive in your country? Is there a lot of traffic?
Yes, there are a lot of traffic in big city. But in my hometown there is not traffic light.
Okay.
And yes.
All right, interesting. Thank you. Jorge.
Yeah.
Is the test strict in your country, do you think?
No, I don't think so. You cannot do a lot of bad things, but the examinator, I think, is usually friendly with the
student?
guys, yeah, with the students. For example, I didn't have to park the car in anywhere. I was driving along the city, to traffic lights, stop and starts again, left, turn right, straight, and I think 15 minutes of exam, the examiner told me, okay, you can stop the car here on your left, and I stop in the middle of the street. I think I thought I was not passed the exam, but yes, at the final, the examiner told us, all the students, if we are get the license or not, and I passed. I think it was very easy.
Wow, incredible. In Canada, there is a lot of work we have to do to learn how to parallel park a car so that you can park in between two other cars. It's very hard.
Me also, but
But you didn't have to.
A lucky guy, yes.
Okay, so let's continue on and look at these modal verbs. There are certain places we use them, and they have specific meanings. They're similar, but not the same. So let's see if we can match up the modal on the left, on the left with the definition on the right. So let's start with some. Number one. What does can mean?
Can is matched is able to.
Okay, is able to. Good. Snigdha, number two, can't.
Does not have permission to.
If can is able to, can't will be the opposite. What's the opposite of is able to?
Is not able to.
Right. Good. And Raphael, number three, have to.
Have to is obligate to.
Okay, good. And when? What about may?
Yes, may it had permission to.
Has permission to. And Jorge, what about may not?
May not is does not have permission to.
Okay, so the worksheet that I'm working from is British, and in the in Britain, may and may not is all about permission, and can and can't is all about ability. In the U.S., can and can't also has to do with permission. So you will hear both, but in the States and in Canada, we'll use can and can't interchangeably when we mean permission or ability. We don't use may and may not very often, except with children, we always make them say, may I go outside and play? But I think even now, children will say, can I go out and play? Meaning, do I have permission to? So don't be surprised if you hear can and can't used for permission as well. Okay, so because our theme is driving, we're going to look at traffic signs for explaining can and can't and may not. So with number one, if you're driving and you see these signs next to the road, first of all, for number 1, what can you do? Eva?
You can turn left.
Okay, you can turn left. Danielle, what can't you do?
You can't turn right.
Okay, you can't turn right. Is there anything else you can't do you think, Adela?
You have to turn left.
Okay, but
Sorry.
what else can't you do? You can't turn right.
You can't turn right.
Right, but
you can't go straight.
you can't go straight. Exactly, you can't go straight. So, can't turn right, or you have to turn left. Okay, good. Let's see. We'll go into the middle here. In sign number 2, Jorge.
Okay, you can drive at 40 miles per hour.
Can you?
Yes, you can drive
Okay.
at.
All right, you can, yes. Because the speed limit is 45. What can't you do?
Yeah, you can drive under 45.
This should have said, I don't know why they put under here, you can't, well, you still can drive under 45, right?
Yes.
Yes. You have to drive under 45. Oh, I see what they mean. Okay, so 45 or under, you have to drive under 45. So what does that mean? If you have to drive under 45, how could you express that the other way? Raphael?
You may. It's possible?
When we're going to look at this sentence here, what can't you do? You can't drive.
You can drive under 45.
That's what you can do. What can't you do?
Sorry, I don't understand.
Okay, so you can drive under 45. You have to drive under 45. What is the opposite word to under?
I don't know.
Under means below. What's the opposite of below?
Over.
Yeah, over or above.
Over.
Okay, so you can't drive over 45. Okay, you can't drive over. You have to drive under 45. You can't drive over 45.
You can drive over 45.
You can't, right. You cannot. It's very difficult. That word can and can't, if you don't say the T really clearly, it can cause a lot of confusion. My husband and I have this problem all the time because sometimes we don't hear the T, so I think he says can when he really said can't, which is exact opposite. It's very confusing. So be
You
careful.
can shopping, I can't.
Exactly.
Where's the milk?
Okay, let's see. Snigdha, can you finish this next sentence? You blank drive at 60 miles per hour.
You can't drive at 60 mph.
Yes, that's miles per hour. In Britain, they still use miles per hour instead of kilometers per hour.
Okay.
So in these sentences, may not can be used instead of can't. So that's what I was talking about. Those two things end up being the same. All right. So have to means that this is something that you must do. Okay. You have to drive under 45 miles per hour. You have to turn left. You have no other choices. These are not giving you any choice. Are there any questions about these signs? Okay, good. So let's continue. We have some signs here. I want you, let's not bother writing. I want you to tell me, and then I'll put it onto the slide. So for each of these signs, I want you to tell me a sentence using can't or have to. Okay? So let's go with Eva. We'll start with you. Number 1.
Number 1. I can't go with bicycle.
Okay, so we don't say I when we're talking in general. We say a general you. You can't.
You can't go with bicycle.
Okay, you can't go with a bicycle. All right, so another way of saying that is bicycles can't enter. Good. Let's see. Some. The next one.
You only can't drive straight.
Okay, so some we're using either can't or have to.
Oh,
which one would be easier? Yes.
You have to drive straight.
Okay, you have to drive straight. Or, yeah, you have to go straight. Okay, good. All right, now number 3. Let's see. Rafael.
You have to go left.
Okay. Now, there is some significance to the color of the sign. Do you know what the yellow means? I don't know if it's the same in your country.
I don't know. I think no.
Careful.
Perhaps it is.
Yes, Danielle said careful, or we use the word caution. So we can turn left with caution. You have to turn left with caution. Okay. So there's only one way to go. So when you see a sign that's yellow, it's a caution sign. Okay, and let's see. Oh, we have somebody new with us. Sarat, hi, welcome. Okay, so Adela, the next sign, number 4.
You can't change the sense.
You can't
change the line or the sense. Or
okay, so when you see an arrow that does that, we call that a U-turn. It's an upside down U. So we call this a U-turn in English.
Okay.
Okay, and it's just the way with U and turn. So what would be the sentence then?
You can't turn.
Okay, so with U-turn we use the verb make. You can't make a U-turn.
You can make a U-turn.
Yes, good. Let's see. Snigdha, number 5.
You can park 1 hour to the both side. from 9 to 7 p.m.
Okay, so let's see. We have to use either can't or have to.
Okay. You have to park 1 hour from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. both side.
Okay, so have to is telling you that you have no other choice.
Okay.
But this is a 1 hour parking, which means you can't park for longer than 1 hour.
Okay.
Okay, and you can't park before 9 a.m. or after 7 p.m. What you can do is park for 1 hour.
Okay. Thank you.
So this is you can't park for more than 1 hour. All right. Jorge, whenever we see a circle, a red circle with a line through it, this is always a can't.
Yes, it's forbidden. And I think it here in Spain it is called auto stop when you stop a car to go with him. But I don't know how to say in English. You can't make I don't know hitchhiking.
Yes.
Hitchhike. Yes, okay. And then you can't make is the correct verb.
No, because hitchhike is actually the verb.
You can't hitchhike.
Right. You can't hitchhike.
Okay.
All right. And the other thing that we say for hitchhiking is thumbing a ride. Thumbing a ride. So we're using a thumb in the air, so we call that thumbing. Thumbing a ride. You'll hear that in North America, at least. I don't know about in England. But it's another way of saying hitchhiking. All right. Let's see. Who haven't I picked on for a while? Danielle, what about this sign? It has a lot of information, actually. Things you can do and things you can't do.
You can't drive over 55 miles per hour.
Right.
Or you can't drive below 30 miles per hour.
Well done, yes.
You have to drive between 55 or 30 miles per hour.
Right. So usually we would go from the smallest to the largest. You can't, or you can, you have to drive between 30 and 55. Okay. Well done. Very well done. Okay. And that really doesn't say the whole thing here. You have to drive 30 kilometers or faster, but also a limit of 55. So Danielle's answer was better than mine.
Or faster up to 55.
Up to 55, yeah. It should have been said up to 55, no faster.
You will get a fine.
That's right. If you're caught. All right, very good. Number 8. Let's see. How about our new person? Serhat, are you there? Okay. Number 8.
You have to go straight or turn right.
Okay. When we use have to, it's usually something that you only have one choice. When we have two choices, it's better to use can. You can go straight or you can turn right. If we use can't, what would this sign say?
You can or you can't turn left.
Right, you can't turn left in this sign. Okay, so you can go straight and you can turn to the right, but you can't turn left. Good. Any questions about these signs? All right. So, I want you to think about the traffic laws in your country. Now, everybody may or may not have the same answers for this. So, you might want to just jot down your answers, and then I'll ask each of you about your answers. So I'll give you a minute to write down those answers, and then we'll go through them. Okay, I'm going to put in the blanks what's true for me here in Canada. So, you can drive when you're 17 years old. You can't drive without wearing a seatbelt. You can turn right at a red light, except in the province of Quebec, and they can't do it. Everywhere else in Canada, we can. You can't drive after drinking 2 beers. You can't drive while using a mobile telephone. And you can't drive over 70 miles per hour. So, tell me about the traffic laws in your country. I want you to go through each of these sentences and say what you can and cannot do where you live.
Oh, okay. You can drive when you are 11 years old.
You can drive when you're 11 years old?
Although
That's 17.
Cannot. Yeah. And the second is can't. Yeah. And the number 3 is can't.
Oh, excuse me, you need to practice pronunciation, so please say the whole sentence.
Oh, okay. 1 to 6. Okay. Number 2. You can't drive without wearing a seat belt.
Good.
You can't turn right at a red light.
Okay.
You can't drive after drinking 2 beers. You can't drive while using a mobile telephone. You can drive over 7 meters per hour.
Okay. Was that a can or a can't for that last one?
Can't in the highway.
Okay. All right, good. Thank you. Snigdha, can you read each sentence, making them true for your country?
You can't drive when you are 17 years old.
How old do you have to be?
18 years.
18, okay.
You can't drive without wearing a seatbelt. You can't turn right at a red light. You can't drive after drinking 2 beers. You can't drive while using a mobile telephone. You can drive over 70 miles per hour only in the highway or expressway.
Okay, and how fast can you go?
Uh, the maximum limit is 50.
On the highways, on the expressways, how fast can you go?
Maximum 70.
Okay. All right, good. Surat, are you there?
Sorry, actually it's 80 mile per hour.
Okay, 80 on the highways and 50 off the highways, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Surat?
Yes, I am here.
Okay, so I want you to say each of these sentences, making them true for your country.
Yes, sure. Firstly, you can drive when you arrive. You can't drive when you arrive 70 years old.
Okay.
You
How old do you have to be?
18.
Okay, good.
You can't drive without wearing a seatbelt.
Okay.
You can't turn right at a red light. You can't drive after drinking 2 beers. You can't drive while using a mobile telephone. You can't drive over 17, but actually in Turkey, kilometers.
Yes, in Canada too. Yes,
Okay.
this is a British worksheet, so they do everything in miles per hour. Okay, and 70 is about, I think it's about 110 or something kilometers per hour, something like that.
112.
112? Okay, there you go. Okay, well done. So, Win, you're next.
Yes.
Win?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, so you're going to go through the same thing and say each of the sentences so that it's true for your country.
Yeah. You can't drive when you are 70 years old.
How old do you have to be?
Yeah. When 18 years old.
18, okay, good.
Yes. And you can't drive without wearing a seatbelt. You can turn right at the red light with a caution. You can't drive after drinking 2 beers. You can't drive while using a mobile telephone. You can drive over 70 miles per hour.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Yes.
Jorge.
Yes. Here in Spain, you can drive when you are 17 years old. You can't drive without wearing a seatbelt. You can't turn right at a red light. Maybe you can drive after drinking 2 beers. It depends on the person, but maybe the limit. 3 beers, I think, not. But 2 is possible. And you can't drive while using a mobile telephone. And you can drive over 70 miles per hour, but only on highway.
Okay, and what is the maximum on the highway in kilometers?
In kilometers is 120, and in miles I think it is 74 and a half miles per hour.
Okay.
More or less, it is that Google says.
Yeah, okay, good. Thank you. Excellent. Eva?
Okay, in Hungary, you can drive when you are 17 years old. You can't drive without wearing a seat belt. You can't turn right at a red light, just if there is a sign to allow it or there is another light next to the red light. You can't drive after drinking 2 beers. You can't drive while using a mobile telephone, and you can drive over 130 kilometers. It's about 81 miles
Oh,
per
wow.
hour
Okay.
in Hungary.
Eva, I have trouble sometimes hearing whether you're saying can or can't. So number 4, you can or can't drive after the can't. Okay. So be really clear with the T. I wasn't sure whether there's a lot of people drinking beer and using their mobile phones. Okay. Good. Danielle, tell us about your area. I think you're in Spain too, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
The saying of Jorge. You can't drive when you are 17 years old. You can't drive without wearing a seatbelt. You can't turn right at a red light. You can't drive after drinking 2 beers. You can't drive while using a mobile telephone. You can't drive over 70 miles per hour. You can't do anything.
Oh boy. Oh, very good. Adela?
You can drive when you are 70 years old. You can drive without wearing a seatbelt. You can turn right at red light, but normally in the traffic light they are orange light to turn right.
Okay, yeah. If you can turn on the red, then an orange light pointing
Yes,
to the right will, yeah. Okay.
You can drive. You can drive after drinking 2 beers if you don't over the limit,
Right.
alcohol limit. You can drive while using a mobile telephone. You can drive over 70 miles per hour because in Spain is 120 kilometers the maximum.
Okay, interesting. In Canada, you can go for your driver's license when you're 16 years old. You get a beginner's license, and you have to take several tests. The first license you get, you can drive only if there is a licensed driver over 18 sitting beside you. When you are 18, you can go for another license which lets you drive by yourself, but you can't go onto the highways, onto the major big highways. And you have to drive for a certain length of time. Then you can go for another license that gives you the ability to drive anywhere all by yourself. So in your countries, do you have graduated licenses like that? Adela?
Only for the motorbike.
Ah.
I don't know exactly the age, but is for teenagers.
Okay, so when you go for your license, you have to be 18 years old in Spain? Okay, and then you can just write your test and that's it. You've got your license?
You have a period about you are learning on use L in the car, as a novel driver is a start. They start to drive. They have your license, but is not. They don't have experience.
Right.
This is a period. I think it's 1 year. I don't remember.
Okay. So, did you say there's something on your car that lets other people know you're a learner? Adela?
Sorry?
Oh. Is there something on a beginner driver's car that lets other people know that they're learning? Like a
I
marking?
think that they are other license to the small car. This is a space motorbike car.
Okay.
I think they are not the same license. I don't know exactly.
Okay.
Daniel or
Yeah.
another Spanish.
You have to wear a big sign green with a letter L
Ah, okay. I see.
in the back glass the car.
Okay.
Yeah,
Interesting.
you are warning about the other drivers on the street. That, yeah, be careful. Let me
Yeah.
space.
Don't
Let me
touch
space
me.
to drive. Be careful,
Good
yeah.
idea. Yeah, here in Canada we don't do that. Eva?
Some years ago. Go ahead, Dela.
No, for the cars don't have matricula. I don't. Is necessary license or no? I don't know.
Here in Spain, you need a permission, but this permission you can get it when you are 14, I think.
Wow. Okay, let's hear from Eva, where she lives. How
I
does
live
the
in
license?
Prague, but I am Hungarian, and I'm sure just in Hungarian things.
Okay.
So in Hungary, there isn't graduated licenses. There aren't. So, but when you're 16 years old, you can take theory exam. So the highway code system,
Right.
system acknowledgement about
Right.
yes. And after when you 16 years old and 3/4 year, you can do the traffic exam also, but you got your license just 17 years old, and this is your first and the finally license.
Okay, interesting. Wynn, what about where you are? How do students get their licenses? How old do you have to be? And is there a graduated licensing system like in Canada?
Yes.
So how old do you have to be to get your license?
Yeah. We also we are 18 years old, and we can take the exam for driving license, and I think it's different from your country. We no, I mean we will take the exam, and we not have to first license or extra like your country.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you just write the written exam, you take the practical exam where an examiner goes out in the car with you. If you do fine on both, you get your license.
Yeah. We
Yes?
will.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
That's the way it was when I took my license, but it's changed a lot in Canada. My children had to go through the graduated license. It's probably good. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you.
Sarat, what about in your country? How old do you have to be to get your license? Sarat, are you there?
Yes, I am here. Sorry.
It's okay. So, how old?
18. When you're 18, you can go license course, and then 2 months. For 2 months, we can study about traffic rules, and then we are take a license, but we don't use on the highway for 2 years. When you're 20 years old, you can use only.
Okay, so it has to do with age rather than taking different licenses. So you get your license at 18, but you can't drive on the highways until you are 20.
Yes, all right.
Okay.
Actually, for 2 years, you are trainer, student license.
Okay. Okay, interesting. So then at 20 you can go for your main license.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. You are right. You are right.
Okay, good. Thank you. Snigdha, what about in your country? How old do you have to be to get your license?
First of all, we don't have any graduated license concept here.
Okay.
So you have to be 18. Then you can go to the Department of Motor Vehicle, and you have to take a written examination. After passing the examination, you will get a learner's permit. Then you can you can start your learning process. And after that you have to give the driving test, and after that you will get, when you will pass, then you can get your driving license.
Right. Okay, good. Thank you. And some in your country, is there a graduated license, or do you just get your license at a certain age?
In my city, when you are 18, you can get a license when you pass the examination.
Right.
And in the first year that you get the license, you needed to place a sight in your car. That's another driver test.
Right.
Will know you are the new driver.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Sam. And unfortunately, I see I'm out of time, so I have to go. And thank you so much for joining me. I have the next lesson right after this. If you're interested, please join me in the next lesson. If not, hopefully, I'll see you tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.